Hello ladies, Sharon's here. Welcome to my last video in this series. Today is going to be about the best makeup products of 2019. So stay tuned, girlfriends. Alright my ladies, let's start talking about 2019. What foundations we liked the best. 2019 had a million foundations, just a million, and it was so much fun trying them all out. And yes, I did have my very favorite ones and certain ones that I stuck with all the way down the line. I'm not one of these that's going to go out and buy a million different foundations, because there's not that many days when you can wear them, really get used to them, and really try them out. My gig is I want something that is full coverage. I have dry skin, so I want it to be more hydrated, slightly satin, and I want it to stay on for almost 10 hours during the day. Now, this is hard to find a product like that. Do you understand? So, you have to try different ones now and then. But that also, believe it or not, to me, I have to go more higher end to get what I want. So I found a foundation that I wore out to pieces this year. The new Chanel Ultra Le Teint, and I absolutely love this foundation. Now this foundation is extremely long wearing, it's all day, it's more hydration for my skin, and in the majority of my videos, I'll be wearing this and a couple of others. Now I am not wearing this foundation right now, but I swear by this. Yes, it's a little pricey, it's Chanel for Pete's sakes, but can I tell you, you're flawless with this foundation. This is a beautiful foundation. A lot of people want to save this for an evening out type foundation and then use another less expensive foundation during the daytime. I don't play that. In other words, if I find a good foundation, I want to wear it all the time. I mean, I don't care if I'm out, heading to the stylist or to the, grocery store or wherever it may be. I want my skin to look flawless all the time. So I don't care if it's drugstore, I don't care if it's high-end or what, it's the foundation that I go for. This one has been a godsend this year. Now, I have two others that I absolutely love, and well, I have more than that. But the next one is my YSL. Now that is the foundation that I am wearing today. I love my YSL. I'm just telling you, I love this foundation. And this gives me a tad of a little satin look. It definitely is gonna last 10 whole hours and then some. Let me tell you this, you're flawless with this, okay? It is extremely long wearing. I like it because it is full coverage. I apply it with a sponge, just like I do my Chanel, a damp sponge. I don't use many brushes for foundation because I don't like the streaky looks, and I have a tendency to get that streaky look in my face. Don't ask me why. But I prefer more sponge to give it that finish I'm looking for. So the Touche Éclat is, honey, I love it. I love it. I will never be without it. Another foundation that I have been wearing all year and getting ready to replace another bottle is my Estee Lauder, and this is the Perfectionist. Now, this took a place of another Estee Lauder that I used a couple of years ago, and this was a new version. This is lovely. This is the one that I wear in the majority of my other videos, if you've seen them. And I talk about the Estee Lauder Perfectionist. It is divine. It is heaven. Love it. The color I wear in this is, I believe it's the C3 Pebbles. It's 3C2 Pebble. And fabulous. And it lasts all day long as well. I love this. It is full coverage for me, okay? And there is another one that I have used for years in the past, And I still alternate with this as well. And this is my Lingerie de Peau by Guerlain. And I swear by this. The color I use here is, hang on girlfriends, which would be natural. Yeah, the O2N. This too lasts. It's lighter, it's more medium. Alright, coverage I would say. And it is heaven. It gives a beautiful finish. I'm in love with this too. I like this at night as well. Not so much in the daytime, because if I am going to rock something all the time in the daytime and throw it on real quick, it's going to be my Estee Lauder, okay? Or it's going to be, you know, my Chanel. But I love this as well. I mean, I'm just crazy about these foundations. I've tried so many foundations, but they don't all work for me. You know, when you have dry skin, you have to be really careful about what you're using, how you're using it, what is in it, you know, what you're going to mix with it. And, of course, I use a silicone primer. Always, always, always. I don't care what I wear or how. I've tried everything else. The only thing that works for me with my dry skin and my deeper pores is my Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur. I've been using this for 100 years. Well, not 100, you know, girlfriends, ever since it came out, which has been years and years and years and years ago. It's the #1 silicone primer on the market, and I don't deter from, I don't. I love it. It fills in every pore I have. It doesn't even look like I have pores when you come up close to my face. And that is because of this product. Absolutely love it. And my makeup, oh my gosh, when you use this, and I don't care whether it's a brush or a sponge, your makeup looks divine after you use this product. I'm sticking with it. See, you know, I don't fix it if it isn't broke, so to speak. Okay, girlfriends, you know what I'm saying? If it's broke, don't fix it. All right, now, people ask me all the time as far as my face, well, Sharon, do you set your makeup? Well, yes, I do. Now, when I start talking about the eye products, I'll show you what I used to set my under eyes. But what I used to set my face is my Hourglass Veil. I absolutely love this. I will always wear this. This is so finely milled. You know, I used to use for years the By Terry, and I still use that under my eyes some. You know, switching back and forth with another product, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But my Hourglass Veil here, it takes very, very little, and I just stamp it in the places where I think, you know, my foundation may wear off. But other than that, girlfriends, love, 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 love this. This to me is the holy grail of powders, and I have used them all. You know, now Charlotte Tilbury has out one that I just got. I can't give you an update on that yet until later because I haven't really worked with that. But this is it for me, girlfriends, okay? So that is all about the foundations. Okay, my ladies, let's cover a little bit about eyes. Once I, you know, have all my foundation, everything on, everyone knows, you go to your eyes. Everybody knows right now I have one super favorite eyebrow pencil, and that's the Goof Proof from Benefit. And my color on this is, hang on, my ladies, is #2. And I love this because it's got a slanted end so you can shape little hairs. It adds color to your brow itself. Got a spoolie on the other end. To me, the Benefit products hang the moon. I use them all the time, various ones. Crazy, crazy, crazy about it. To me, they're numero uno. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about after the eyebrows is I always put on my eyelid a primer. I use only one particular primer. It's a MAC primer, and it is Painterly Pot. Yes, now I do have Ochre and some of the others. The Painterly is fantastic. I take a synthetic brush, dip it in here, cover the whole eye. And it helps shape any mistakes you might make with your eyebrows underneath or on top as well. You know, just outline them with the pointed into your brush. So this has always been my eye primer. Always will. Love it. Love, love, love it. By MAC, the one and only MAC. Okay. The next thing that I want to talk to you about when it comes to eyes is we have got discoloration under our eyes. It could be redness, it could be bluing, but whatever we do, we need some sort of correction color. I personally use a peach. Now sometimes I use a pencil, and it's a Smashbox color correcting pencil, which is nice, and then I can just heat it up with my fingertips and push it in. As a matter of fact, I'm wearing that today with my concealer on top. I also use another product by TATCHA. It's an eye cream, but it's also a color corrector for anyone. This is so fantastic, the products and ingredients in here. This will cover up redness and bluing and every problem you have. This totally covers my spider veins. That's what I like around my nose. And when I can't reach for my color stick pencil, I use this, and I also use concealer on top of it. And just press it all in. And that is my favorite for covering up any mistakes. As far as my concealer, Too Faced, born this way. I used to use, the littler one. Now I use the bigger one, and it covers up every single thing. I've tried every single one. I've tried NARS. Tried MAC. I mean, we can go down the line. This is the only one that's hydrating enough to put under my eyes and work along with my color corrector. So this is perfect. It doesn't settle in your lines. Love it, love it, love it. Like I said, I put my, corrector on, I put this on, and then I set it with a fine powder. Now what I'll usually do is use my Hourglass Ethereal. All right, this is fantastic. Everybody knows that this is easy. You just take your sponge, you dip it in there, you just pat it under your eyes. Oh my gosh, you can't even tell you've got it on, period, till you look in there and you see that you're set. I also like the By Terry, powder, very finely milled. That's great for touching up under there. And of course, the Hourglass Veil is absolutely perfect as well. So, the Hourglass I'm leaning more towards. I'm just going to be honest with you. The Ethereal here. And then the next best thing would be obviously the Hourglass Veil. Those are my favorites right now. Now, this was the most fantastic year this year of the cream eyeshadows. And I talked about that in a prior video. And so I used every one of Charlotte Tilbury's cream eyeshadows, and then of course my ARMANI, eye tints as well. I use so many brands and so many. This was the greatest part of the year. And as well as cream shadows and all the fun that we've had with them, and especially the one makeup look. Ooh, fast, easy, get out of here. That's just, it saved us so much time you wouldn't believe. And on top of that, we looked fabulous. We looked so much younger. So I found that I was going back to some of the palettes that I had used in the past. I don't know, maybe we were reminiscing, but a lot of us mature women did that this year. Maybe we started cleaning out and shopping our own stash. I know I did. And I found, of course, my Naked 2 again. As a matter of fact, I didn't know I had two of them. Two of the Naked 2 and one of the Naked 1 that still had lots of shadows. So I went back to this, the natural look. It was easy peasy, made my eyes pop. And with the foundation I was wearing, people were stopping me everywhere. Oh my gosh, what do you have in your eyes? Oh my gosh. And it wasn't my liquid shadows at the time. It was the Naked 2 of all things. But you can't beat neutrals, girlfriends. Let's just face it, you cannot beat the neutrals. Of course, I found myself like today. I grabbed my little Milani palette. And I probably haven't used this maybe 3 times or so. But today I said, perfect with what I'm wearing. I'm going to grab this. Okay, and I did. And the colors are absolutely fantastic. I love it. Now, another palette that really made it to the top with me was the Sahara Alter Ego. This is gorgeous, and it's only $16. Hello, girls. The shadows are superb and they're gorgeous. All right, so the next favorite eyeshadows of all time in my book were the Charlotte Tilbury quads. I bet every single quad. I mean, I'm not kidding. This particular one here is the Glamour Muse. Absolutely love it. This is short and sweet. It doesn't take but a minute to fix your eyes and they're gorgeous. This one is the Vantage Vamp. This is one of my favorites here. Absolutely love it. I'm not going to show you 5 million of them, but I'm going to show you a few. The Exaggerize, which was one of my very, very favorites. It went on, oh, your eyes look so natural and pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then there is the Uptown Girl. This is the one I first started out with. And it kind of has gray tones to it and everything, and just makes your eyes, if you're blue or green eyes, they're going to pop like crazy. Love it. And then another one was the Rock Chick, and this is your smoky eye palette, without a shadow of a doubt. This is fantastic. Eyes look great, great, great. And then the Dolce Vita. Dolce Vita is another one of my very, very favorites. You know, so all of these, and I mean there's so many more they have, but these are my very favorite ones that I wear all the time. These are quick and easy. You know what to pop onto your lid, you know what to pop in the transition line, so forth and so on. And it's all labeled and tell you what to do. It's fantastic. So I absolutely loved the eyeshadows. And of course, when this came out, this was the Holy Grail. And this was the Charlotte Tilbury Starry Eyes this year. And I have used the heck out of this palette. This just about covered everything and every look I could imagine. And a lot of these are similar to what's in the quads, but not exactly. But I have loved this palette as well. And so those were actually my big time favorites for the year. Now let's move on to eye pencils. I had so many eye pencils this year. I'm very much into the Marc Jacobs, the gels. They were great. One of my very favorite ones was the Urban Decay Alkaline that I use like crazy. And then I have used a navy blue from them as well. And I had another kind of a turquoise one that I used as an accent color. And then the Charlotte Tilbury pencil right here. And this one was the Barbarella Brown, which was the best color. If you are working with neutrals or anything, this, I love it, love it, love it. It was softer, it was smoother. Heaven! All right, then, as we're talking about other eyes too, let's talk about mascaras. Oh my gosh, girlfriends. Oh, the year of the mascaras. Everything I tried, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really like it. Everything was clogging me. You know, the Hero was clogging me. All of a sudden, my Chanel started clogging on me. I mean, everything. My Estee Lauder, I don't know what the deal was with it, you know. Every time I walked in, they said, okay, here's the nut coming, so let's give her old dried up mascara. No, I don't know what it was really. But I will tell you one thing, I did solve that problem. Out of all the issues, now this one right here, the It, and it was the Lash Blowout, and I told you this was great, fantastic. it's now all clogged up and chunky. So this lasted, though, what, 2-3 months maybe? And that was a big deal. I think that's a big deal. But guess what I found? Girlfriends. Okay, I found a mascara to die for. And it's by, I think it's Young Love, and it's Moonstruck Epic Mascara. This is what I have on now. Can I tell you something? This is no clog. This is nice. I only had one coat on as well. Look at this. It is gorgeous. Now this happens to be waterproof. And this, you know, my daughter turned me on to this because she uses this, and I think it's Young Love is what they call. Now, well, I'm going to zoom in for a minute and let you look a little bit at the lashes. That's one coat, all right? It is waterproof. My daughter said she had tried the other one that's not waterproof. It wasn't as thick and nice. But she said this doesn't flake, it doesn't smear, nada. And you know what? Nothing has happened. It's been perfect. I'm thinking about sticking with this all together. I'm going to see how it does, though. Because you know me and mascara, it's kind of like a battle. A battle, girlfriends. Yes. Okay. And that takes care of our eyeshadows and our eyelashes and, everything connected to eyes. Now I want to move down a little bit, and we're going to talk about some of the cheeks, okay? Some of our cheeks. Okay, they all drop and fall, that's the problem. All right, but let's talk about the blushes. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I'll be honest with you. There's 2 Charlotte Tilbury blushes that are just so me. This one here is Love Glow, and this is the Love Glow. Getting close to hitting pan. And you wipe around it and you pop it. It's the popping routine. I love this, love this, love this. Swirl and pop, swirl and pop. This is a great color. Goes on smoothly. It lasts forever. This is my next favorite, and it's Ecstasy. I'm crazy about the Estee. It's got a little more peach in it. Love it, love it, love it. It is so pretty. Same thing, swirl and, pop. Swirl and pop. Now, let's talk about my numero unos. Oh my gosh, tons of them. I just brought a few in. She said, oh my gosh, Sharon, what is that? You must be crazy about them. Yes, I am, girlfriends. Hourglass. These blushes are to die for. If I get one compliment, every single video, I get several saying, what blush are you wearing? What blush did you wear in this video? What blush did you wear here? This is more than one. I can mix these all together. This one here is Dim Infusion, and I can mix it. I'll tell you one of my favorites to mix it with here is the Luminous Flush. I love mixing it with this. That is so pretty. I've got all these colors. To me, that Hourglass just beats it out. And this right here is Diffused Heat. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And this one here is Mood Exposure. These are my very favorite ones here. Now, I'll be honest, I do have the whole line. And as I keep putting out more, I'm going to keep buying it too. But they are absolutely fantastic for blushes. Another thing that I use for a bronzer now, I'm going to get to bronzer here in a minute. This is one of the bronzers that I love. I also use this as a transition color for my eyes as well. My very, 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 very favorite bronzer is my Charlotte Tilbury. And I've had this for how long and still have not hit pan. Boy, you get your money's worth with this, girlfriend, let me tell you. This is the best of the best of the best bronzer. Now, I don't use the highlighter as much. Every once in a while I will, but it's a beautiful highlighter. But this bronze color, it's the holy grail. Now, I not only use it for my cheeks, I've used this for my transition line as well. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about highlighters. I don't use what you call a real shiny highlighter. I use, and my favorite all year, and I've talked about it, was the Dandelion Shy Beam by Benefit. And this was kind of well, it's matte is what it is. It's a highlighter with a brush. Let me just show you. Kind of a pinky color. And I told you I just made 2 strokes here and here. My videos, and took that sponge and just pressed right above the brow bone. It is gorgeous. And it didn't give a lot of shine, so you couldn't see the crow's feet or anything. It's matte. It's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I will tell you another thing that you can do. If you all have bought the Hourglass Ghost this year, which I did, it's fantastic. You can also run it across up here, all your blushes. You've got all your setting and finishing powders here. You can use this, you know, as a highlighter if you want. You can use this one. There's so many in here that aren't just in your face. Because as we get older, we don't want to show all these lines. And we can't do like the 20-year-olds and have our face just beaming, okay? That's not going to work for us. All right, so we need something a little more subdued, if you will. Now, I will tell you this, the L trick. I've always used the Soft and Gentle by MAC. I don't even know if they carry this anymore, but I do know when I bought this, I bought 3. So I've had this for a long time. I would just take a brush and run it through there and just brush here just once, brush right above my eyebrows, on my chin, and down my nose to here. And that'll be all the sheen that this girl's going to put on her face. And that's at night. I don't wear it in the daytime. I just stick with my matte look with my Shy Beam. Okay? So let's move on to lips. What was hot this year besides everything? I'm going to tell you, I went from very high end and add a little low end with it, so it was great. Let me tell you my favorites. They were always the same old. That's Tom Ford. The Spanish Pink was one of my very favorites. Fantastic Nude, Pinky Nude. Love it, love it. And on top of that, I would put White Russian. Real pretty gloss. Real pretty lipstick. Love it, love it. Just makes your lips go pop. The next one was Charlotte Tilbury, and it was Bitch Perfect. And this has always been another one of my absolute favorite in the nude categories. And I would use Charlotte Tilbury pencil, the iconic nude, you know, with that as well. And then, of course, I could put the White Russian right on top of the Bitch Perfect, and it's great. Then, of course, my tried and proved, I started YouTube out telling you guys about this. Been wearing this ever since they came out when I was young with the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. Okay, ever since I saw Audrey Hepburn wear this color of lipstick that she was putting on in the car, okay, I knew then I had to have that color. Well, we traced the color down when we were young, when we were, you know, teenagers, and I found it, and it was a Revlon color, Pink in the Afternoon. Alright, since then I have worn Pink in the Afternoon since I was a teenager. Now, for a while, they tried to take this off the market. And they did. I remember it was right about the time I started YouTube. And they were, you know, they just took them off. You couldn't get it anymore. I went bananas. So I contacted everybody I knew It was on eBay. Everybody I knew everywhere. I contact distributors, everything. And enough people sent me about seven tubes. Then after that, there was like 12 more tubes that came in. So I started finding, then of course all the hate mail that I was sending to them, they finally brought it back to life. Pink in the Afternoon has to be one of the most fantastic colors. It is a pinky nude color that's just as beautiful than the Tom Ford or Bitch Perfect. Actually, I like Pink in the Afternoon a little bit better. And I can put any gloss or anything on top of it and make it shine like a new penny. So, Revlon, okay? Pink in the Afternoon. Okay, my next favorite product was brought to my attention by a YouTuber. I can't remember which one. And she wanted me to try the Flower Nude Blush in this lip cream. Oh my gosh. Can I tell you? Love it. Now, that is exactly what I'm wearing right now. The Flower Beauty. Can I tell you, I've never been so turned on by a color in my life. And on top of that, I can put two colors. I can put my Buxom, White Russian, and I can put my Buxom Pink Champagne. So I can go back and forth with either of these on top. Oh my gosh. This is breathtaking. It's easy because it's a liquid going on, it's matte, and then when you add your Buxom on top, you're free. You so pretty, yes you are. But I truly love it. I truly, truly love it. All right, we got our lipstick on. Everything's great. All right, now we've got to spray it. So what are our favorite sprays? Well, of course, the Max Fix Plus. We knew that. Okay, and then, we had our all-nighter Urban Decay. But you know what I found that was better and I loved even more, and it was a little cheaper, was Model in a Bottle. Oh my gosh. This was such a fine, incredible spray. I mean, it wasn't just like, it was lovely. It goes right where you wanted it to go. It stayed. It doesn't break out your face, but I tell you what, it holds your makeup 10 times better. Crazy, crazy, crazy about the Model in a Bottle setting spray. Absolutely fantastic. I will continue to use it. Of course, I'm still going to probably use my all-nighter because it's sitting there. And of course, I have not tried the Morphe yet, but I'm going to see if I love it like this. But these ladies are my makeup favorites for 2019. I can't wait to see what 2020, what we're getting into there. But I'm excited, aren't you girls? I'm totally excited. I want to thank you so much for joining me in all of my series. I know, and I'm so glad that you're crazy about it. You guys have said this has been fantastic, and it was a lot of fun, and it gave you more ideas again, and that's fantastic. But I want to thank each and every one of you for being with me, and all you new subbies. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, darling. I love each and every one of you. I'm having a blast getting to know you, and I want each and every one of my subbies to stay sassy, classy, confident, and give me a big thumbs up on my video.